How you doing, YouTube? And welcome back to another episode of Two Adult Men trying to find a legitimate reason to support their day drinking hobby. I don't know which channel where you're watching this on. Could be mine, but it could very well be this dude right there.
Hi.
Be a bit more loquacious.
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce me.
You can introduce yourself. You're an adult with a day drinking hobby. You're supposed to know how to say. We have issues with alcohol. We're supposed to be able to introduce ourselves in meetings, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I am Keith from 93 Lumber. 93 Lumber spelled out.
Yeah, 93. Yeah, there you go. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Good. I'm doing pretty good. It actually hasn't been that long since we did this. We did a few reviews not that long ago.
Yeah. The live stream, the smoked beer live stream was only a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did that one as well. That was good. That ended interestingly enough. Thank you, FLX Beer Reviews, for being the monumental fuck up that you guys were. Love you. Bye bye. And we did that as well. And you reached out like we need to do some more stuff. Yeah. And here we are. So do you want to tell the crowd, the people, the peeps, the viewers, what are we doing?
We are drinking St. Bernardus 12.
Yes. Does it say Abt12 for you or just 12?
Abt12, yeah.
Maybe the...
Is that short for something? Or is that just...
an abt is a rank in a monastery, or a rank, or you know what I mean? When they got like, you got like a prior and a monk, and I think the abt is the person who sort of leads the monastery.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There we go. So we did try. Oh, I've heard, by the way, that in every now and then you'll find a label where the monk is winking.
Mine is not.
Neither is mine. We talked a little bit about the Best Buy date for yours and mine. So
mine is everything on the bottle is in English. So we talked about this a little before we started recording, and assuming that my Best Buy date is in month, day, year, and mine is 5/7/25. Which would be May 7th, 2025. So,
yeah, and mine is 06/09/25, which would seem to imply September 6th, because we do day, month, and then year.
Yeah.
So even though that's off, and even if yours would be day, month, the difference here for a beer like this, which is essentially, how does Untappd quantify this? Does it label it as? I'm going to quickly check. I think they label it as a quadruple, right? Or is it Belgian strong?
Oh, I don't know.
I always assumed that they labeled it as a quad.
It is 10% alcohol by volume.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I just checked. Untappd has it labeled as a quad.
Okay.
I always assumed, and then suddenly I'm thinking, wait, what is it? Is it maybe?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It doesn't say, it just says Abbey Ale on here. So I don't know.
Yeah, so does mine.
I don't know if that's just a general.
Well, it would imply an Abt beer and not a Trappist ale.
Ah.
And it doesn't have the Trappist logo on it, does it?
I don't think so. I didn't see.
No. See, the difference between a Trappist and an Abbey ale is a Trappist ale would actually be brewed by monks at the monastery. And an Abbey ale would imply that there is a abbey that works together with a brewery. But they don't actually brew the beers at the monastery. That's the difference, right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, there you go. We're both unknowing beer drinkers. Oh, you're going for it. I like your style.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
I should say, I've never had this beer before. So
really,
I've had a bunch of similar style, similar beers, whatever. But I don't remember ever having this one in particular.
So I drink this several times a year. This is basically, I mean, I literally have a job where I can just pick this literally at my work. So that's nice. So this is what I did. I just, took this from work, which is nice. In a legal way, by the way, before people are wondering. But yeah, this is like in between brackets and everything, in between FYI. FYI, I should have said FYI. Tussen haakjes is a Dutch saying, which I just translated literally to in between brackets. I don't really remember if I've ever reviewed this. So if you're watching this on my channel and you're like, Thomas, you've reviewed this before, it's a re-review. And if I haven't reviewed it, there we go.
There you go.
So looking at it in the glass, this is definitely a quad. It's on the darker side of a quad, I think.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah. I'm probably not as up on the quad as you are, but this does, like, it kind of, I don't know, kind of looks more like a barley wine to me a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, quads, they do tend to be dark, of course. For a quad, I think it's a little bit odd. I have to say, by the way, it's past 9 p.m. for me. It's midday for you, 3 p.m. past 3 p.m. Yeah. So if this was a little bit lighter outside and inside, it probably looked a little bit lighter. For a barley wine, I would say it might come off as a bit too dark. But then again, there's so many hues in barley wines, and what are your favorite styles? So
yeah, I will say that, like, I'm holding it up to the light, and I can see the light through it, and it's definitely clear. Like, it's not like, it doesn't have that murkiness or I feel like there's another word that barley wines have. I know
exactly what you mean.
It looks like a barley wine. Just as for the darkness of it.
But both of our beers are relatively fresh. So, give this like 10 years and it's going to be a lot murkier. It's going to be a lot more like
that is true.
That very, very muddy. What does Matt always say? Doo water?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that thing. So there you go. But yeah, it definitely looks the part of a big, strong, quadruple Belgian strong dark ale if you want.
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued what you're going to think of this, because I thought you would have had this before and you haven't. So now I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
I'm just going to sit here a little bit and just watch your impressions first. I just want to see what this is going to do, what this is going to do for you.
All right. Well, I'm smelling it. So
go smell it. I know this beer. Just go for it. I'm going to say my things later.
The nose isn't super big, but it smells Belgian quaddy.
You get that sort of candy sugar thing.
Yeah.
You get the banana. You get the big hit. By the way, maybe that's me, but I get like a big sort of orange peel thing.
Yeah, banana. Banana was the thing.
Definitely
I was getting the candied sugar thing, and then there was banana is what it is. Yeah.
That big banana, the ripe banana. For me, it has like an orange peel with clove and everything in it. Really has that big nose to it.
Yeah, for me, it kind of that banana thing is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Then the candied sugar, and then I am getting a little touch of the different things that you said. There's a little bit of like a general like. It's kind of like there's a little bit of a spiciness. There's a little bit of, I think I'm getting a little bit of the orange peel thing that you mentioned, but those things are just kind of in the background for me.
There's this for me, it's like a big orange thing. There's that herbaceous, sort of like that woody herb thing going on. You like your thyme, rosemary, sort of like a bouquet garnish thing going on.
Oh, that's yeah. I was gonna say floral. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, definitely. There's a floral note to it.
Yeah.
So the woodier herbs, but also like flowering herb. Like if you get fresh oregano, oregano, like when fresh oregano has that flowery herbaceousness to it. I like that. That's very nice.
It's
And definitely. Sorry, yeah, you go first.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's so weird. I'm getting more orange now than banana.
Yeah, it needs to develop a little bit. After the orange, the banana, and then you get that big multi component. You get the dark brown bread. You get that sort of it doesn't have rye in it, but you know what I mean when I say it has, because of that spicy spice thing going on. You get like almost like a rye note.
Well, you said clove, and it
clove.
does come off like a little clove, little kind of
star anise.
Yeah. All the baking spices.
Exactly. We call them speculaaskruiden here in the Netherlands. Speculous. I don't know if you know that.
No, I did not.
No, well, that's if you ever come over here, if I'm ever coming over, I'm going to hit you up with that. You're going to love those cookies, and I'm going to make sure you have some of those spices as well. It's great for some savory dishes, but for like baking, if you put some of those speculaaskruiden, the speculous spices through like apple pie dough, it's going to fucking blow your mind.
All right.
Now and then you get to the multi component, and there you have that, like I said, that big sort of like there's a licorice thing, soft licorice thing, which is that star anise component as well, and then you get the big brown baked bread, freshly brown baked bread thing.
Yeah, mine might be a little too cold. Mine.
When did you take it out of the fridge?
Well, I had it in my beer fridge, so it's not as cold as like cold. Mm-hmm. But I only took it out like a couple minutes before I got on here. So
I basically keep these at room temperature. I hardly ever put them in a fridge. I try to keep them stable temperature, but I basically keep them at room temperature.
Yeah, I meant to take it out earlier, but I forgot to because I am a bad person or whatever.
Are you telling me your pull-out game is weak? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, Thomas, that is what I'm telling you.
Okay, just saying, just asking. I mean, this is definitely going into the chat. Like, film the review with Keith, and I could comment on his weak pull-out game. That's. I need to send Katie a message. Anyway, let's. Sorry, I'm just really fucking up this review right now. This is what you and I do anyway.
Yeah.
You want to go for it?
Let's do it.
Cheers, bro.
Thomas.
Cheers, Keith.
Yeah. It's not as cold as I thought it was. Like, it feels colder, but it's actually pretty warm. That is super good.
Mm-hmm. It's actually quite sweet. It's sweeter than I remember. For me, the nose always has this big dried fruit component: dates, figs, raisins, everything. I didn't really get it on the nose this time, but on the palate, it's basically as if you're chewing on dates and figs and raisins and everything, and the dried versions of it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a combination of those things, but I'm also getting like a little bit of like. It could be a combination of the yeast thing with the date figgy thing, but like I'm getting a little bit of apricot, a little bit of.
I see what you mean, like the tutti frutti.
Yeah.
Do you know tutti frutti? Is that a thing in?
I don't know if it's a thing here, but I know what you're talking about.
It has that thing, and that it definitely has that apricot sort of sweetness, chewiness thing. That's a good one.
Yeah, I usually don't get that kind of thing in this kind of beer. So, like I said, I think it is a combination of like the date, fig, that dark fruit kind of thing, and the kind of banana-y, yeasty thing.
Yeah,
maybe
definitely. I don't know. It's interesting because I've had this beer several times.
Have you had it this fresh before?
Yeah, often. Often. I don't think I've actually ever had a really aged version. Here's the fun thing, though, because I know this beer in and out, I often just drink it.
Mm-hmm.
I just open it and I enjoy it, and I don't really pay attention to it that much. It's just a nice little gentle sipper. this is the first time in a very long time that I really paid a lot of attention to it.
Hmm.
And I'm getting so much more than I've had in the last few times that I tried it. And so that's nice. That's actually,
Yeah.
I like this.
I'm getting a little bit of alcohol like in the back of my throat and a little bit of warming in here. But other than that, it's undetectable.
It's the warming that you would expect from a beer like this.
Yeah.
That warming thing. I'm getting a sort of a soft, bitter component in the finish after a few sips. Sort of like when you have not strong coffee, but like a reasonable like pour over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you get that sort of soft bitterness in the background. And not that it reminds me of coffee. It doesn't have a coffee flavor, but that's sort of that kind of.
It's just kind of like an earthy kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something.
Thing.
Yep. Thing. Earthy thing.
What you should try and do is for your next Christmas, there is a St. Bernardus Christmas ale.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. I don't think I've had that one either.
You should definitely try and get that one for Christmas because this, to me, in terms of what it tastes like, what it smells like, and the entire vibe I'm getting right now is Christmas. Christmas spices, the orange, the clove, the and this is like Christmas in a glass, man.
Yeah. And those things, the things that you mentioned, like the licorice, the those couple things that you literally just said, and I completely forgot already.
I have that effect on people.
They
hear me and they forget you.
They do come across in the taste, but I feel like they're more, even though they're not big in the aroma, they're bigger in the aroma than in the taste.
I get what you mean. I definitely get what you mean.
I will say they're about the same.
No, I know what you mean. I think this is a much more aromatic beer than it is. I think it's aromatically speaking more impactful than the palate.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I like this. It's nice, fresh. But can you imagine what this would be like 10 years from now?
Well, you're supposed to drink it in 3 years.
Go fuck them.
So why would you drink it in 10 years, Thomas?
Because you and I are anarchists.
Best by dates matter, Thomas.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't. I'm
just kidding, obviously.
I know you are. I know you well enough. No, actually, I think that with some beers, it matters. With some beers, I actually always think it's fun to age like big West Coast double IPAs.
Yeah. Those age well.
Give them like 3 or 4 years. And sometimes if you give it like a big, like an 8 to 9% double West Coast IPA, give that like 5 years, and you're like, is this starting to become like an American barley wine? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fucking hell. That's fucking amazing as hell. So I love that shit. And sometimes it doesn't pay off, of course, when you got like the badly brewed haze craze thing. Then you want to drink that within 2 weeks, otherwise it's going to go to shit. Basically,
not always, because
I know
some hazies, like, you can give those things like 6 months, and because they hop them, they overly hop them. Not like I'm not speaking to any specific brewery or any specific beer or anything, but there are some beers that, or breweries or whatever, generally, that like there's so much hops in the beer that you literally have to let it sit for like a week or a couple months or whatever.
Not just that,
just to let it like round out a little bit.
But not just that. I don't remember which brewery it was, but they made such a strong point when they said we don't release our beers. We don't have. Wait, I need to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
So they were like, a lot of breweries are out there brewing, releasing, making sure they have new drops all the time. to keep their name going and the craze going and whatever. They're like, we feel that when we make a good IPA, it needs to spend like at least 4 weeks in the tanks before we release it.
Right.
And there's a lot of brewers out there who will brew a double IPA, a hazy, and can it like after 2 weeks in the tanks. And they are so incredibly super green. You get so much hop burn. You get so much intense hop. Literally hop burn. There's no other way. I wanted to find another word, but it's literally hop burn.
Yeah,
they're way too fresh. Yeah. They're way too green. Yeah,
yeah. I was just gonna say sometimes those beers don't come across like hop burn, but they're definitely like up there with that sort of intensity. And
they haven't had the chance to mature. And even an IPA needs to mature and find its sweet spot. And often it's longer than 2 weeks in the tanks and then in a can.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a whole different subject that we're talking about right now. I want to know from you, because I feel like I'm dominating the conversation a little bit. I want to know from you, having had this beer probably for the first time, what are your thoughts?
First, let me say you can dominate me anytime, Thomas.
Oh, yeah, Daddy.
My initial reaction is I like this. This is good. It's a little less impactful than I thought it was going to be for 10% quadruple ale. But I really like the flavors. And I don't know if it's my bottle or if that's how this is supposed to be, but like I feel like the carbonation might be a little thin for me.
Could be the bottle. I feel that it has an effervescence. It sort of evaporates in the mouth pretty quickly for me, which is an indication of slightly too high carbonation for me. But maybe that's just me. I will say that I would like this beer to... It doesn't linger in the mouth as long as it could.
Yeah.
It could be a bit more... God, this is going to sound so fucking stupid. It could be a bit more of a liquid when I take a sip.
Instead of a solid or a gas?
Well, instead of a gas, I guess. God, fucking, I feel like, oh my God. Can we skip to the good part? Anyway, you know what I mean? When you take a sip, it's sort of, it just goes.
Yeah, it kind of, you get the flavors, and then they kind of just, there's no, to steal like, a term from like cocktails and spirits and stuff. There's no real evolution of flavors. It's just kind of you get it, and then it kind of which I will say isn't always a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing.
No, this is why this is still one of my favorite beers, because it has a lot of flavor, even though it can be a bit one or two dimensional. But it also means that you get a lot of flavor and you can still just enjoy it. This is a beer that you can just, right now we're talking about it and it's amazing. But did you buy one bottle or more?
I just bought one.
I can guarantee you, if you buy a 4-pack of this, you'll crush them through the evening, because that is also a dangerous thing. It is highly drinkable. You can finish this in 20 minutes and just suddenly think like, where the hell is my beer?
Yeah.
And because it sneaks up on you, and because you need some time to process, your system needs some time to process the alcohol, I can guarantee you can finish 2 bottles of this in an hour.
I basically chugged the bottle. Yeah.
And then contemplate, like, do I want a third one? You know what I mean? Because it sneaks up on you. Yeah. It's a bit of a predator when it comes to that. Yeah. I will say, it is definitely up there in the higher echelons of what like a quad should be for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I grew up with this. This is something I've been able to drink since I was able to drink, basically.
Yeah.
You know, able to drink alcohol, not like able to process liquids. I would like to point that out. Since I was able to drink alcohol, there you go. Let's keep this. You know,
Oh, the drinking age is like 12 over there, right?
what's drinking age? And you guys are inhibited by age for drinking? What? No, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
You know what I mean too.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But this is oh yeah, this is the good shit. This is the good kush, and this is like what you want to drink when it's like a Saturday evening or like a Sunday afternoon, especially with colder weather hopefully coming soon. If it's like a rainy late October, early November Sunday, and it's you don't know what to do, you're stuck inside. You know, you go play some video games, you go watch your favorite show or movie, you just get some nice snacks and you drink 2 of these, and that's a great freaking afternoon or evening. You know what I'm saying? And that's what these beers are.
I kind of want to. I think rescind is the right word. What I said about the what I was saying when I was saying it was correct, but it's warmed up a little bit, and it's become a little more pillowy. There is like a pillowiness to it now, and I think I've just been drinking this too cold. Even though it's not super cold, I think this is definitely, like you said, it should be room temperature, and or similar.
I don't put any of this in the fridge. I put it in like I have boxes in my scullery where I keep a lot of beers. I have 2 drawers. Scullery. It's a word. It's a word. It's an English word. You remember the language that you're supposed to be speaking? I know that you butchered it.
I was making a joke.
I was making a joke. I was making a joke.
You said where you keep your beers, and I said and your skulls because it's a scullery. Well, never mind.
I got it. I got you. I got your back, bro. I got your back, bro. I got your back. No, but this is I keep these at room temperature so I can just crack them when I feel like it. Like a lot of breweries with their stouts and their barley wines, they'll say like keep refrigerated, right?
Yeah.
So I figured like, you know what, let's put this canner bottle in the refrigerator. And it's I don't have a beer fridge. Like, well, actually my fridge is a beer fridge, but I also have some normal produce in there, like a little bit. I'll definitely send you a picture of my normal refrigerator at some point. You're gonna freak the fuck out. There must be like 60 or 70 beers in there. I swear to God. But anyway, so it's at the normal temperature. It's not like a temperature at like 12 degrees centigrade or something. It's like the normal. So I think like I'm looking at beers. What do I have? I'm looking at the big barley wine or that huge stout, maybe barrel aged or not. I'm thinking like I want that. But if I want it, I want it now. And if I want it now, it's not going to taste as good as it should be.
Right.
Because it's cold. And I pick another beer. And, you know, so I tend to keep my barley wines and stouts and quads out of the fridge.
Yeah. The only if I want to drink or review a barley wine, sometimes I will just put it in the fridge like a couple hours before I want to drink it, just to give it a little chill. Yeah. And other than that, if it's in a can, I will put it in the fridge because of things. Because I feel like the format calls for it. But this says serve at 52 to 56 degrees Fahrenheit. So I was definitely drinking this way colder than that. So
it says 8 to 12 degrees centigrade here. So you know the way scientists measure temperatures.
8 to 12
in centigrades.
So that's 4 degrees, and that's 4 degrees. Okay. All right.
I mean, it does work that way when it comes to it mathematically, but still, we use the normal measurements, not the hillbilly ones.
Trust me, I know. Because there's like a ton of shit like with work and stuff that's like in metric, and there's a bunch of shit that I deal with that's in metric, and stuff like that. It's fucking annoying that I don't know the metric system other than like the very specific things that I know because I have to for work and whatnot. But
I know what you mean.
I could learn the metric system, but what fun would that be?
Show me your glass. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I could chug like fucking 10 of these before I even.
Next live stream. We're gonna chuck 4 St. Bernardus Abt12s in like an hour.
Or should we do you want to do a vertical? You want to do like or not a vertical, but do you want to do like
the lineup?
Yeah, like you want to do, what is it, 8, 10, 12 or something?
No, there's the 6, the 8, and the 10 and the 12, I believe.
Yeah,
but dude, I'm in, and we need to get more people in on this.
Right.
I mean, I know for a fact that Matt's gonna love it. Did you know that my first collaboration review thingy ever was with Kyle? And it was a St. Bernardus 8, I believe.
Oh.
So we need to get a few people in on it and just do like a nice big live stream where we go through the line. Yeah, that's a great idea, dude. We need to set that up.
Let's do it.
We're going to do it.
All right.
Final thoughts?
Yeah. Oh, final thoughts. Okay, yeah.
Oh, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, I was basically going to say the same thing.
Okay. Well, you go first. Final thoughts on this beer.
My final thoughts. I'm glad I'm finally drinking it. I'm glad I'm finally drinking it with a good friend.
Hell yeah.
And I like it. I probably may prefer like a little more aged version of this, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, Danger Juice that tastes good is what this is.
It absolutely is. I agree with that, and especially the age thing. Beers like these, they need like 5 to 10 years to really start hitting their mark, and after 10 years, they usually start getting really fucking great.
Yeah.
I know they're delicious. I know that there's this Kasteel Bruin, the Bruin, which is basically nasty when you buy it fresh, but give it like over 10 years, and it becomes something very much not nasty.
Oh, kind of like that Bigfoot barley wine.
Yeah, I still want to have some like very very aged examples of them. If you ever find some like very old versions, hook me up, please, because the fresh one that I had was one of the. I will say this: do you know that it's one of the best experiences I've ever had? Because you'll learn a lot about beer drinking shit like that.
Yeah.
Was it one of the best beers that I ever had? Hell fucking no. This is actually fresh, still great.
Yeah.
It's just not as good as it could be when you give it some time. We've been doing this for like 30 minutes now, and my glass is basically empty.
Yeah, mine too.
This was fun, man.
And I've been holding back. I've been intentionally not trying to just chug the whole thing. So.
Oh yeah.
I know
exactly what you mean.
That says a lot.
I know a lot of people go like, "Oh yeah, that's one of those beers that you just drink one of your whole evening. You just drink one, and that's your whole evening." And I'm just sitting there going like, "Okay."
I could see maybe like a more aged one being more of like a robust kind of experience, but this is, I don't know. If I bought a 4-pack, I probably could have drank it in the half an hour that we've been talking.
I know exactly what you mean. So for me, a lot of the half an hour is maybe but I challenge accepted.
Yeah,
challenge accepted. I'm gonna die, but challenge accepted. No, but like I had a point. I wanted to say something. It was gonna matter. It was going to be important. No, it's not about. It's not what you did. It's not what you said. So you're not to blame. I can blame you to make it easy on myself. I can see what you mean when it starts to get older. The flavor notes invite you to take your time.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's really it. And I wouldn't chuck this if it was like 10 years old or 15 years old. I take my time and I appreciate the developed flavors. But as it is right now, it's chuckable. You know what my favorite word is? Quaffable.
Quaffable.
You know what quaffing a drink is?
I feel like I looked that word up once, but I don't.
I think that quaffing a drink, according to Terry Pratchett, there's like the actual English dictionary, like the Oxford thing and everything. But Terry Pratchett said the best when he said, quaffing a drink is a way of drinking a beverage in such a way that more of it ends up over on your shirt and in your beard than it does in your mouth.
So is it like chugging, or it's
but in a way that when you're wealthy and you're quaffing, it's dignified because it's a great thing to do. But when you're poor and you're quaffing, it means that you're already drunk and you're just wasting good beer.
Oh, I gotcha.
So you know what kind of level we're on, right?
Yeah, the poor one.
There's a cherry chocolate thing in the vibe. We definitely are. We definitely are. I just wasn't going to state it out loud, but you did. There's a cherry chocolate thing in the background now. Like a cherry chocolate liqueur thing almost.
Yeah, a little bit of chocolate covered cherry, kind of like the cordial things. A little bit of that. I can see that. Oh, do I have to chug mine now too?
Ooh. 30 minutes and we chugged a St. Bernardus Abt12 in a review. This is delightful. And it's mostly amazing because of the wonderful company.
Yes, I agree.
Very much so. Keith, thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you.
Whoever's channel this ends up on, we'll see. Probably both of ours.
Probably both, yeah.
Yeah. I want to do this again soon.
Let's do it.
Let's find another beer.
Okay.
We'll find out. Let's do a German classic.
I technically picked this one, so you can pick the next one.
Okay, I'll figure something out. We'll do another review soon. So for the people who are watching this on my channel, I'll put a link to Keith's channel and Instagram page in the description box below. Always check out the description box below. If you like this video, hit like. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this again on my channel, please go over to Keith's channel, hit that subscribe button like 50,000 times. Follow him, love him, adore him, worship him. Realize that maybe you're overdoing it a little bit and maybe you should pull back a little bit, but then realize that your life is just incomplete without that interaction. So, worship him a little bit more.
That's good. And if you're watching this on my channel and you don't already follow, Thomas, you should go over to Thomas Opent and follow him. And I will also put his thingies, his deets down in the description box.
I do like it when you talk about my deets.
And you should also like this video if you want to, and subscribe if you would like it, and all that stuff.
All that stuff. Where can everybody find you on the interwebs, Keith?
Just YouTube and Instagram. 93 Lumber spelled out.
93 Lumber.
Yeah.
And there we go. This was awesome, and can't wait to do this again with you, bro.
Yeah.
Cheers. Well, we can't cheers anymore because our glasses are empty. So but till next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See you.